You understand? Because at the end of the day, Nnamdi Kanu is behind bars. We can't keep giving him more powers than he deserves. The other one that is in Finland has been in jail for a while now, so it's time to move on. I just asked my people, because and then this sit at home. I say, yeah, but everything else is happening. People are still coming outside. So my question, right? Now, how come they can't go to the market? Are we becoming lazy? Because at this point, it's now laziness, outright laziness. It's no longer fear. Because if we are all afraid, that means we're not even supposed to come out for house at all. I was the lazy people, which is why every day, no matter they build them up and down. Urgent 2K. I be high just the way they are supposed to. In the name of, they're afraid of dying. If you're afraid of dying, then why are you running up and down, playing football, having fun? Instead, they will be in beer parlor drinking. I beg. And now, this is my thing, right? If I were go Soludo, this is me, I will do the harshest thing. If our people do not want to make themselves, like do what they're supposed to do to bring money into the economy, take all those markets, go and invite Chinese people, invite foreigners, invite Yoruba people, invite people from Benue that will take over this business. Because this is the economy we're talking about. It's business, it's nothing personal. There is one thing that American government did back in the day. When the American citizens started acting so much in terms of levy and Ego Naga, you know what the American government did? They took their businesses outside America, took it to China. Everything that's manufactured in America today is not manufactured by the American citizens. You know why? Because the Americans will ask for more money than what is worth. Today, as we are talking, yes, the American industry is still working, but it's not working with the American people. So, Soludo, it's important that China have just one fear about. And the Anambra state is so lazy that they cannot take over their own economic power. That's what it's supposed to do. I personally, I would suggest he does that, so that we'll cry some more. Okay, this is wave after my advice to for all these diaspora: stop spending money to these people. I go work for them. On your young go see me pay shop. Not every day they'll be begging you for money. You go and send it to a lazy person back home that cannot even go and do his job because of sit at home. Sit at home will go on. Additionally, so because people are saying that there's Soludo didn't bring solution. We might not like it, but he brought a security architecture. And whatever and their code or whatever they call it. My dad was in Navy in December. Also, that the security outfit is everywhere. So what's the fear about? We've become lazy. Let's call it what it is. And we need. This is not who we are. Lazy people. If we can go to Afghanistan and open your own business, if you can go to Ukraine, and then you're making money. If you can go to China, one of the worst countries on earth, and make money, how come you can't make that same money in your own Igbo land? A lot of people here are arguing. Most of them are arguing. If you go and check, they're living in Ugwausa. If you go and check, they're living in Alande Yoruba, and they're making more money. So what is this excuse about? Let's stop the nonsense, I beg. Because I personally, I think other governors should do the same thing. Take all that market from there. Import. Let me finish. When you bring foreigners, let them run our economy for us. That's all we need. That alone. I know that's very, very harsh, but it is what it is. This is business. It's nothing personal. That alone.
Thank you so much. I do understand your point. The sit at home has to stop at a point, because as it is now, it's just people being lazy, and people have normalized it like, okay, we're enjoying this. Let it just continue without looking for a way out. So something needed to be done. But the way Soludo handled it, is that the best way for it to be handled? I think that is why we are all gathered here today. So the next speaker also big okay.
And the next speaker should be Sound Mind.
Yes.
I guess you have
But he keeps dropping. I don't know if he's here now. I keep adding him. He keeps dropping.
Okay, fine. So the next person should be Sound Mind. After Sound Mind, Obulunwoka Anambra.
None of them is here. I think you have an old list.
Oh, sorry. Then
yeah.
None of them is there. The next person should be Okenwa. Okenwa, are you here?
Yes.
Okenwa, yes. The mic is yours. You have 10 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
I can for 10 minutes. We have a lot of
use
people.
10 minutes in Biko. I'll go to
Biko 5 minutes. Biko, no. Thank you.
Everybody's attention span to people speaking, say father carries 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you wouldn't even want to hear anybody speaking again, actually. Chief Mwachinembelu, Sizwe, look, what was I even going to read again? If traders in Onitsha main market won't open their shops, I will bring in bulldozers to pull it down. This was our Governor Soludo. His leadership style is just, I think he lacks leadership qualities that you require from a governor. So, Nkechi, I just have a question for you, then I'll continue with my 2 minutes and then I'll finish. For you to bring out this topic, right, in your own thinking, do you think that this is supposed to be the first step towards normalization of events on Mondays for us to continue going to market on Mondays? Do you think like this is like the first step? Because I think in any solution that you want to prefer, there's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, but this looks as if he just jumped into it. So do you think this is the first step that he should have taken?
Thank you for putting me on the spot right there. I don't think if this was the first step, then it's bad. But if he has had a dialogue with them before now and said this is going to be the consequence of not opening the market on Mondays, and then he goes ahead to met out that consequence, then I don't see anything wrong with it. The sit at home has to stop at a point. And I, in particular, have been blaming the Southeastern governors because I believe that all the insecurities and everything that we were having, if they wanted it to stop, they should have taken action. So it would be very hypocritical of me to now blame Soludo for taking an action if that action is effective. But like you asked, is that the first thing that should have been done? No, it shouldn't be the first thing. The first thing should have been have a dialogue. And somebody said something very clearly this afternoon when I was asking, okay, who should he have dialogue with? And I was told that the market has sort of a structure. And if he had spoken to the market leaders, then the message can trickle down, which I think is a very good organizational structure if followed. So he should have done that. And if he didn't do that and now just wanting to shut down the market, oh, well, I'm not in support of that. And him saying that he's going to bulldoze the market, I think he should have bulldozed it like yesterday. I mean, that's me being sarcastic. Did you not see the state of that market? It's an eyesore looking at it. They should actually bulldoze it down and rebuild it from scratch. Anyway, thank you so much.
Yeah, so I agree 100% with everything that you have said. So my own solution would have been have that conversation with the leadership structure of the market. And then even if you have to create incentive, okay, look, if you open your shop on Monday, I understand the reason why people are doing what they are doing. However, if you open your shop on Monday, if you are paying, say, for example, 10,000 Naira tax every month, because you open your shop on Monday, you pay $8,000 or you pay $7,000, something like that. Incentive, I don't know which other incentive, all these stupid levies that he's been, including in the market, and be like, okay, if you open your shop on that Monday, that levy you're supposed to pay, you take 10%, 20% of it to just encourage people to open market. You can't just wake up one morning and just go and we're not living in 1940 something for you to just go and lock up the market and say, okay. If I come next week, if you guys do not open the market, then I'll even lock up for 1 month. It does not make sense at all. And this is the leadership vacuum that Igbo people have been witnessing. Tomorrow, if someone somewhere is giving a speech to these Igbo people that shops have been locked, and they start listening to that person, then we'll come here again and start crying that, But this is leadership vacuum, and this guy is not doing the best to actually close this leadership vacuum in Anambra State alone. And so he needs to do more. All these Tiboya, Zoboya, or whatever, today is yesterday, tomorrow. No win go second term now. If you lose it now, okay, nothing that these people can do about it. Incentives, that's how you talk to people that will make them change their heart. People, no matter how you think or they are hot about Nnamdi Kanu or whatever, people have to feed their families. I'm not in support of the market locked, but however, the manner in which he has gone about it, I think is terribly wrong, and it reflects on his leadership style. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. And okay, who's giving us hot mic? JC, please mute your mic, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. So that is my biggest fear. The spill, is it called spill out of this thing, like them going on the street and the henny na to job chineke ekwekwana send them down me mokwa ndị akpọ ndị akodo ndị nkaji akodo akwasị ndị mmadụ okwu and all that. Abịa nwee more fracas. Asị na a na-agba egbe, a na-emechi a gasị egbuokwa mmadụ. From there, criminals will now take advantage of it. Abịasịkwa insecurity, because we've enjoyed some sort of some tranquility over the past, let me not say months, let me say some weeks now. So that is why I'm really so worried about what has happened in Anambra State. I just don't want anything that will be like a loophole that anybody will take again for us to go back where we all know how long and how far it took us to start getting out of it. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Also, please, who is going next?
Okay, I believe no go back.
Okay, just to kucha.
Okay, the next person should be thankful. After thankful, Obulo Azu. Then after Azu, Obulo Sizwe, $1 So thankful.
Okay, thank you so much.
Have the mic.
Okay, thank you. Thankful you have the mic, please. Okay, his hand is up, but I don't think he can hear us. Thankful, are you here? Okay, let's move on. Who is the next person after him?
The next person should be Azu. I believe Azu
Okay.
That should be his full name.
Yes, you are correct, Azu and Nkechi. Dalono, Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Yes, so my position is that from a wider national perspective, what happened in Anambra is a tragedy. And it's a tragedy of leadership and tragedy of public engagement. Let me just mention something about what I was saying about sit at home in other states in the Southeast. Like you pointed out, is strong in Aba, but not strong in Umuahia. The same way I was in Anambra 2 months ago. The sit at home is strong in Onitsha, but it's not strong in Oka, because I stayed mostly in Oka. The same way in Enugu, it's stronger in Nsukka, but not strong in the independent layout areas. And of course, people usually turn out towards the evening, towards 4 p.m. So it is quelling. The situation is getting better. Even in the rural areas, it doesn't even occur. Then for a governor to wake up and take this harsh decision, I have made my point severally that this is not only an overkill, locking up an international market for 7 days. It's not only an overkill, it's an exhibitionist response to a matter that bothers about security concerns and voluntary holiday. Because I took time to talk to people. I've gone to Aba area, I've spoken to some of the traders, and what they told me that even if Nnamdi Kanu comes out today, that they will still have to observe. Do you know why? The sociological construct in the Southeast is that you are very busy from Monday to Saturday. Then Sunday, when you are supposed to be resting, you are attending meetings or you are hanging out somewhere taking a booze. Therefore, people don't really rest. So some of the traders say that Monday has become an alternative day for rest. Now, I don't know whether it was within the purview of the governor to implement or impose return to work the way normally. But I think that what would have happened was that there should have been a survey. There should have been, when you want to tackle this kind of intractable, intricate matter, you should have conducted a survey. What makes you stay at home? Why do you stay at home? People will be able to aid their view. When you gather the data, you can now implement a phased approach because it's a matter that has been gradually normalizing, not out of enforcement, but out of change of lifestyle. Like I told you, the structure of the sociological environment in the Southeast, especially Sundays. Sundays are not really rest days. So it's for you to do that and then embark on a phased approach to restore the market to its full capacity. So that way, maybe one line is opening, the next line opening, then people begin to say, oh, we have to go back because we may be losing some money. It's more of a personal loss to the traders. For the governor to do what he's doing, I look at it from a wider national implication. Yes, you may have an ambition, political ambition, and you want to be noticed. Now, in a complex society as Nigeria, would that not provide a justification for other Igbo-dominated markets to be banned or even to be demolished? Because the governor threatened demolition. We've seen such a similar things in Lagos. In Abuja, all the big markets, from Day to Apo to Kubo, all over. In Kaduna, the same thing. In Kano, what if one protest? Because protest is a constitutional right. What if a little protest happens? Oh, your governor did it to you, so we can do it. Do you look at that? Do you look at implication, the wider national implication? So I am sad, very sad that that the governor had to embark on this kind of thing. But finally, I have to just make a submission this way. I think that what should happen now is that number one, I'm rounding up. I'm rounding up. I say what is needed to do immediately is for the governor to moderate security conduct. We've seen reports of military being high-handed, especially within the Southeast. That shouldn't happen this time around. Then finally, there should be re-engagement. There should be public engagement that douses this and introduce a phased reopening of the market, especially phased banishing of this culture of sit at home. Thank you very much.
I think it's my turn, right?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Zo Wike. You made your point so clear, and I very much like I said before earlier on this Twitter space that this is the opinion of the public. So you are free to say what and how you feel towards this. You must not concur to someone's opinion. So like I said before, thank you so much. And I guess the next person on the list should be Sizwe. After Sizwe should be Ezra and Nwachinemelu. So Sizwe,
Okay.
if you are here, you have the mic. Thank you.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Sorry.
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. The last person that spoke, Nkechi Kekwan Kime, I'm okay. The last person that spoke, Naoku, that we in diaspora should not send money. It's not, don't like, I don't know. Let me put it in this way so it doesn't sound like we in diaspora are ready to send money any day, anytime. The only thing we are looking out for is any good cause or agitation. In Ayana IPOB, you see that a lot of things have gone wrong. So at some point, people like us began to push back. But if there's any good, any very organized group of people, either IPOB or anything similar, people like me is ready to put in my money. You understand? We were very much interested in IPOB until things began to we just began to see a lot of people infiltrating that, especially this Finland man that was jailed. I was a very big, in fact, you call me a hater because I detested that man so much because I feel like whatever is left of IPOB, he completely came in and tried to ruin it. There is no country like Nigeria, the way it is now, that you won't have people like IPOB. In fact, not having people like IPOB shows how docile the citizens are. Look at what is happening in Iran. I've in this space, I've made a lot of Iranian friends, Israeli friends, friends from the Middle East. The latest one they are doing now is each people of Iranians are making video, Iranians in diaspora, telling President Trump that please, if you can, we are over 3,000 of us. If you can, help us, like organize us for like a training, give us some military training. We are ready to go back to Iran, harm us to fight for our people. They are fighting the system in Iran through even doxing their kids. They are fighting the system from Iran through even hacking their system. They are fighting the system by evil government in Iran through social media. There is no way these people are not going. What do we have? People back home that belongs to the bottomless. People, if you've not left Nigeria, you don't know that you are in the bottomless of the bottomless pit. This thing that ISP did shows a lot of us that even some of the neighboring African country that we Nigerian are just loud-mouthed, don't worry, behind pasta. And how can you live in such a system and you will not want, or you think that something like IPOB will not surface? This Soludo that you are talking about today, do you all know that this Soludo did his campaign on the back of this IPOB, Sikwa IPOB Asiro? You understand? We have a leadership in that country that when it's time for election, they will use every strategy, especially this IPOB. You understand? Immediately, Obanye Zero Chichi, all of them moved on. How can you not? How can you have a country like Nigeria and I'm even surprised there is nothing that there's something worse than IPOB have not spring forth out of that country. You understand? We people always find a way of trying to blame these citizens instead of all these useless, fucked up men that are everywhere, rubbishing the country. You understand? The fact that regardless of how IPOB have gone about their business, the fact remains that the injustice meted on that man, Nnamdi Kanu, compared to the other terrorists roaming the country is not fair. The best you can do, since you don't want to keep up with your promise of looking into this matter and everything, the best you could have done is just because normally I don't see Soludo as an intelligent man. Nigeria has a lot of people with big names, professor, doctor, where he have pastor. Brain had a very dead, where he hammer. You just manage it We have gotten to this place. Like we have gotten to this point, at least, and we go case manage area, and we do a form of, security and for disruption of activities. Or guy, you move on because you are not ready to tackle the issue heads on. You understand? You just people, all these leaders in Nigeria do something out of egocentrism. They are not doing it because, okay, this is what the system says. This is what is supposed to be done. There has to be justice there. No, feel. It's not even following the law. You understand? So I don't know why citizens should come out and be blaming the people. A lot of people are dissatisfied. People are not happy. And when there is a falling social construct like this, people begin to resort to the only agitation left within them, which is this IPOB. Look at the country now. System ada alolo. Odike chicha madincha. If you go in Nigeria, somebody in Nigeria that is getting all these things, diaspora. No matter how you see it, we are not, at least we struggle with diaspora, and we are also feeling the heat of a failed system. Because people like Chinese, Indians, people that once they come here, they work, they send back home, they are able to double their money. And now you can't even buy properties back home because nowhere is being developed. So we in diaspora are very much interested in what is happening. You understand? If you cannot manage the IPOB issue, let it go. Just keep doing your, your fake rose and all this nonsense. Just Maria Gaba. The average Igbo man is not happy in that system. You understand? So, Abiazina, Iputa, blame away people. IPOB. At this point, we have been able to manage it. Let it remain like that. You understand? Once you raise it again, this is something that has been happening since the war. You can't just stop this thing. Their ideology, every country with ideology. Even international level, and with Kurdish have been fighting since. And with this Palestinian issue, you understand? Now, when with Iranian issue, again, when Natalie agitation. But you as a leader, how you manage it says a lot of the kind of, people, man that he is. You understand? Apart from insecurity, we go to and all those things. Do you know that there is still hunger in the land? You understand? Do you know the currency is messed up? Do you know the educational system is fucked up? Do you know that the Fulanis are still going around to kill people? People have to agitate. In fact, I've never seen a country, the leaders in Nigeria are so lucky because Nigeria is the only country you find, Nigeria is the only country you find that, there is not even enough agitation compared to the level of decay that the country have witnessed. So, Biko, as a leader, if you can't manage the thing, you came in promising IPOB that in card make one card, at least you just overlook it and go, move on. And again, if you are doing your work, working well for the people, just like Abia State Governor is doing, he will be able to calm a lot of things down. But we have a Soludo charge and bail professor, propaganda carry all on. Man, answer about the Russia. Now go ahead. Thank you.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Okono Charge and Bell Professor. That was so funny. Thank you so much, Sizwe. I can feel your anger. I mean, I can feel your frustration. I guess we are all so frustrated, to be honest. Also, who is going next, please?
I'm the one going next.
Okay, I think it's
I'm
Chief.
the one going next. I'm here for so long.
No, I think Onyenekwu.
Thankful.
Who? No, thankful. We called you two times. I mean, like
Sorry,
you didn't answer. So after your boo, Chief Mwachinemelo.
Please, I want to thank everybody for discussing this topic, but it's not nice for us to go front and back based on Nandekano this, Nandekano that. because this issue has been.
Nobody, I think probably you haven't been paying attention. Nobody has been discussing Namdekano here.
I know what I listen to.
And we don't want to bring that up. That's not why we're here.
Yes, exactly.
I'm sorry,
thankful.
Okay, thank you.
It's not right for us to begin to talk about what brought us here. So what we should be thinking, I'll carry to the topic of the space. Did Soludo did what he did right? And my opinion is no, he got it wrong. Because what he did is just like putting fuel in a fire, adding more fuel in a fire. At least for a long time now, and with relative peace, and with relative progress. And there are other ways you can do this kind of thing without endangering the life of people or stopping them from doing their own normal business, traders. These people are not civil servants. You don't pay the workers. You don't have right to stop them or close the market just because they don't open on Monday. On normal terms, without this issue, let's say 20 years back, people may decide, people in the close line for burial or for anything on a market. See, they don't want to go to market or do. People have right to either go or not to go. So you don't pay them salaries. You don't employ them. You don't have right to just close the market based on they don't open on Mondays. Honestly, it's very wrong. And we all agree.
Okay, thankful. Please, can I ask you a question just so you can also put it into your submission? Okay. But do you agree with me that the market does not belong to the traders? Their shop, I mean, their goods may be theirs, their shop may be theirs, but is it their right to close down the market on any particular day? Considering that the state government is generating revenue from that market.
It is not their right to close the market, but you know the circumstances that led to the closure of the market every Mondays. It's not their fault. It's just like what Siswe said. It's circumstances that led to that. You don't blame traders, and people are getting used to that behavior of sitting down on Monday. So you don't force them to get out of it. You find another way. And another way, you can bring incentives. You can bring shows on Mondays. And when local artists not on you can bring them on Monday. Do some certain things that will make them to come to market on Mondays instead of threatening them. It's not right. It's not right. And again, personality of Soludo says so much about kind of leadership is portraying in that seat as a governor. I'm telling you, somebody like Peter Obi or anybody with good charisma is in power. Has his statement alone or his certain moves alone will make us to go back to Monday market. You don't threaten people to do things that are not in your position to say they should go to market on Monday. They're not your slaves. It's not proper. And way market shows, and way medical outreach, and way freebies, anything I wanna put it on Monday. Even okay, you know when she go on a election time, you can set to share money. Whoever comes to market, I will give you money. This thing he did now, it's just like money maker on. It's very appalling for a person who calls himself a professor. He's my brother, but his behavior is very, very erratic, honestly. Judging from what his past presidents, you will understand that the way he do things is not normal. We expect so much from him as a professor. Just like the time I made 2023 election, what is own with against Peter Obi? He brings hatred upon you. You're not on the same channel. You're not on the same foot. The same time come to this case now. The way you're approaching it is not your right. You own the market, you get revenue, you do all those things, but you don't force people to open their shops. You use incentives. This is making Igbo land like a war zone where you can wake up and do anything from your mind. It's not proper. I expect so much from a professor. That's kind of statement we get from him every now and then. Every now and then. People voted for him first time, that first tenure. People voted for him with all their mind. What brought about all this hatred for him? is that I don't know the name of Afro that letter. What issues do you have with somebody that left government 8 or 9 or 10 years ago before you? Then this issue now has been managed. And knowing quite well that this insecurity in Anambra was so high under his leadership, it was cry, a whole space severally before he can now walk up to do something. He's not a kind of a visionary leader in respect from him. He's not active, he's reactive. On this issue now, what I'm just sensing, maybe he was directed to, you must do something about Monday sit at home. Then you wake up and begin to do certain things that is not considered abnormal. It is not proper. He should do proper things by making, in fact, pleading with traders to go back to market on Mondays by any means other than threats. That's my own submission. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your contribution. I do appreciate that. Okay, Chief Njenje is you have the mic, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Good morning from my side. Thank you. Kawanyage. Also, we continue na eba fubadomun. This conversation will something very important. It got me for a lot of people, and then on my own, I have a lot of things to say. But I'm not sure I'm going to not much time this morning. Nkembo bona Soludo address sincere. Soludo address sincere. Obana Soludo the sincere. This sit at home would have ended in his first term. It would have ended in his first term. That is what Mba Enugu State did. It was one of the first things he crushed. Soludo was dilly-dallying. Soludo was playing to the gallery with India pub for complete 4 years. India did the whole of Ihiala local government. Nani. Soludo did not do anything. India Ebu na Anambra State, in fact, Ebu to the point in Ebulu, 2 State House of Assembly members. One of Azoka. Second, Onye Befa, Ebe Polisi. Soludo did not do anything. Mbebula Azoka, Onitsha. Soludo did not do anything. In fact, MLRS nde Bula Azoka. Emesia Sinanda Mele escape. Right? Soludo did not do anything till today as we speak. Onye sin Afian Dimbuka, Mbuko Bosi, Ebu demand till today. In fact, Master on Ebunya, Atolo demand because now the man mepe on Bosi mepe on Mondays. Mepe Afia Atolo demand till today. I forget that man. So what I'm mama, that man Boni onye Mafian Dimbuka at the end of today, Kongulang. Nobody knows. Nobody can say about no. When I to space him when we had time for space 2, 3, 4 years ago, man, I have been speaking against sit at home. I've been fighting with India pop and when threats to life to everything. Okay, my DMT today. So one of when you able IPOP sympathizer anything, I hate anything that they represent. I hate him the fact that's it at home. If I may go buy. If I may go Anambra State, I brought something and we be back over. In fact, as a result of that, sit at home, Asaba, it take it over. Ebani mi buzo, ebani me Gaddafi, when I deep inside my abo, the buy jigeba, go one and in the diaba, need develop the whole place now by inside. Because nada Zwafia on Monday na Zwafia na Asaba. Because na fe na emechi na Onitsha, Asaba develop international market now. A lot of them move away from Onitsha, move to Asaba. Eba mana with disruption. So no matter what the economics, mana, the impact of that sit at home, economic impact only go for about 4 years now, or more than 4 years now. Abrifani punono. So no effect from day one. Maybe Soludo no where there. Soludo bata BD play politics within the mafia. Soludo dismantled leadership on the mafia, Anambra State. Prior to Soludo coming in, the mafia na-emelo for election. Government adem interfere. Soludo puta ya that arrangement. Wolo dinki etinya. So if okuzi can immediately even jimali free na mu myself no wem anoro no man enwe mo shop there. So I'm even agani mafia. If o mezi na abuna discussion was if open actually discuss onye obuna na akwụsị n'akụkụ because I'm going if open ikwu na onye bụ chairman keta bụ onye otu Soludo iya abụrịrị iye pa allegiance to him ka we nwee ike wenye position echi mafia. Akwụkwọ ka ime afia si adị bifo onye ọbụla na ebe a na-azụ afia mana ọ bụrụ ka esi eme n'ime afia. Otu esi azụ afia bụ ndị afia eji aka fa decide ya ndị ya bụ their leadership. Onwe ife ọbụla gọọmenti chọrọ na gọọmenti wants to relate with them eje through the leadership. Mana kịta ndị nọzi ndị na-achịzi ime afia na abụzi ndị nọzi na gọọmenti ma ndị na-ekwuru gọọmenti. So they go compromised. So now what would have happened? No Soludo meddle with Imafia. But he would have actually called the leadership of main market and were conversation. But because no dismantle go, if I did for years, probably before I'm one young myself. Because no interfere go with that process. If I'm a imposition, before I go forward, let me drift a little bit. Why does he have so much interest in the main market? Meanwhile, schools are there, mepe, no Onitsha. Banks are there, mepe. And what government offices no Onitsha are there, mepe. On a mepe no oka. No there mepe no Onitsha. Ndị mmadụ na-apụtakwa na-agba bọọlụ na-eje meetings, right? Kedu ife mere na obidoro from those places? From banks that don't open, because bank in Njenje go raise a lot of money from banks, right? But who revenue to the state. Get him an obidor from there. Government offices that don't open, get him an obidor from there. Schools that don't open, get him an obidor from there. Relief market also, obo plastic, obo rod. There were so many markets, none of that Onitsha. No main market. Even na go ni fabuna. In as much as na mo watchom kadat and sit at home, who sit today. Monokwefu, okay, na complain na about the economic sabotage. Sit at home nanya. Iwebia as a professor of economics. Soludo bro professor of animal husbandry or professor of education. Soludo is a professor of economics. So what I want to believe, because I want to believe that as a professor of economics, what are the importance of this thing now. So if you try now to ground them to zero, because of one day they say, okay, that you want to cancel this thing. Open nature end there, sit at home. Soludo, you know the people attacking my jury, court in the government in Anambra State. You know them. Government is saying I'm on the name Subu, Anambra State, Manase. Mana is government is saying a farmer. Ndị bụ n'obodo adịrọ mma na Anambra steeti, ndị bụ ndị kọtụ na-egbu mmadụ na n'Ọka, na-egbu n'Ogiri, na-egbu n'Obosi, na-egbu na Mkpọ. Ma a na-asị ka fa na-asị, you know them, you know their hideout, you know where they stay. Ije ebe anyị nkwalịfa ncha. Because if I na-ekwu okwu, my own is this. It's okay, pụtanụ. Apụta Monday na-agba ụmụ mmadụ tọgbọ. What are they going to do? To it Ibisa, because that was how Nink Ebulebu before Mbacha be mepen. Matthew today, when you see market in Mbuka Obosi, I will for 2 years now. I forget the man till today. He man didn't do what happens to him? Open literally me deploy security. So now your lives and properties will be secured. The man abroad, even though people are used to, sitting at home on Monday. I have to speak Gabon because in Canada, in a cousin, I was there, but now half an hour saying Monday was a meeting. No, was the Ivosita, no, you may be joy, jello, where you went by daily jet. No, was you Jesus, Monopoly, KB dear. Malona, as far as Southeast is concerned, on the axis covering Ogidi, Obosi, Mpo, that axis, Nina. No, that's it at home. Make your sure. Need deploy security apparatus, get secure lives and properties. But if I get wooden if I need work we have Monday cat and them by the Jamaica shop about Martobo, they will not be challenged. And the master in the government are on the before because you use them. What if any security breakdown in a state you got for 24 hours? If you do a government to their web, they go to attack and one governor, one deputy governor. Back here, the government man the just call Kage make Kedu group about that ebwe. Only one call, they will arrest those people. But because no profound. So now I back among where my concern. So I'm against shutting down for complete 1 week. What he would have done, the by if Sister Toma and God for years. Only butela on our was yafia. Or buri 5 questions, he didn't remember if mana government neganya government akpasigo with ndị obodo na ndị obodo ndị mkpọ ndị obosi ndị ogidi ebe niile enwere afịa dị iche iche anyị na-afọ ekwusigo anyị na ndị town union ekwugo na security adigo beef top onwesigo things anyị deploy ja marụsịa ụmụaka mara ebe hideout fa na-anọ na ya ekwugo na anyị na-emepe afịa on Monday na onye ọbụla tiri isi bụla egbe pụtakwuo na ya mepere efe ọbụla ọfụlụ owelu ikwuru anyị otu enye ndị mmadụ confidence. The government is out to protect them. When the yapacha for go for potafo, Kena, mepe shop, we go for mepe food or abona so baba konyo na manaboso. Monobo na no for Monday aga, Monday also ga, and cause ga, if we need the normal. You see people will start coming. Even you queer Kali may fa kwafu abala. Eman and Kenugu state, unfortunately, about to mad nab, but eventually worked. Well, so na aquafulo abala, and Kenugu will walk. Otifa siaga. Otifasiaga, na government step in now, resolve this issue. If you pass a light by chief gate, chief, you know, go find it on the cano to save your farmer. Or if you look at it and see again momentum now, Obi gain momentum, not drama. For Jekwena, name a name demonstration, new banks, name banks, right? If Obuna control, if a born a J are very bad, because next time I'm no manager, Mandiuri Mandiama, Amaputana, if you should be for Madoko, if you may be beef. Oblife Soludo meta. So na ama na ndị na-egi ndị otu ya na social media na ebe a gwa na Soludo na ọdalonka ịma na ọ bụ eze onye agwana m ọ da enwe any advice onye nwa bụ advice nyanwa bụ ife niile manya mala amalụ na nwa bụ ndị Anambra specifically bụ ndị na-azụ afịa ebe a nwere ezigbo concern na ha chọrọ ka akwafuo ọbala weda ma ndị otu IPOB ma nọ ndị polisi na-achọ ka achụsa ndị na-eme demonstration nke ọbụla ọ bụ make sure na beef of security prepare shop ka ijezu afia ndị ba ekene mo.
Well, thank you so much, Chief. Okay, also okay, so that your position, I mean, is the position of most every sensible person, because my worry for barahu. I mean, we've had enough of it. Kita no abia make progress. Kahari mo kuhega bo cog in the well. Our next speaker about the general. He's been here for a while. So after the general, Oburu Nehemiah, we have 2 Nehemiahs. So the first one, Ike. The 2 of you have the same pictures as well, so I had to go check earlier to be sure it wasn't the same person. So anyway, so after general, then we go to the first Nehemiah Ike, I believe, then Mazinze. Bikonu, we have about 20 requests or nearly. So if you have spoken and you don't. God bless you. Thank you so much. And other people that don't have their hand up, Madoaga, and I think it's Chris. Please, if you want to speak, have your JC. You have been here for a while, but your hand hasn't been up. So I'll be taking you down in case you don't want to speak, so we can accommodate other people. You can always request again. Thank you so much. General, you have the mic, please.
Adhandibo, I have been here. Adhandibo Nkechi, I have been here for a long time. But the network keep on pushing me down. So.
That's the thing. So I'm so sorry. Is that smart, Neku?
Yes.
After general, you've been here actually, but you keep going, off and on. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you for reminding me.
I've been listening to lots of submissions on this topic, and first of all, let me start by saying that I do not support sit at home, and nobody that loves Ndibo or Ali Igbo will support sit at home. Even Nnamdi Kanu does not support sit at home. And the reason is simple. Sit at home has economic sabotage, like our region. Yes, it's civil disobedience. Yeah, but it hurts our region, it hurts our economy, and it's not something anybody should even welcome. So before I go on, I want to make it very clear that I am against sit at home. Guys, in any ramification, I'm against it. But then, the issue of Biafra is an emotional one. It's historical, it's emotional, it's psychological to Ndi Igbo as a people. Such issues should be handled very, very delicately and very, very, how do I put it? Very, very carefully. And Soludo has failed to actually read the room. This is coming the wake of Nnamdi Kanu being in prison for terrorism, while we've seen clips of the actual terrorists being released, being negotiated with by government officials. And Ndi Igbo have this sense of depravity, marginalization, when it comes to appointments, when it comes to federal infrastructure, our region is marginalized. And then the issue of Nnamdi Kanu and sit at home is dying down gradually. We have made so much, we have gained so much ground in that regard. For Soludo to just come out and just say, if you don't open on Monday, I will close the market for 7 days. That was a very, very careless statement if you understand the psyche of an Igbo man. You don't threaten an Igbo man. Are you threatening people that rose from the ruins of war to build whatever they have? You don't threaten such a people. Are you threatening people that jumped off the ship, that prefer to be dead rather than being slaves? Those are not the people you threaten or you force anything on them. You negotiate. You as a leader, you have this empathy of, dialogue. What is the root cause of the problem? Nnamdi Kanu is in prison. Okay, my people. Anyị na mụ na ndị gọvanọ ndị ọzọ anyị na-agbakeli ya na anyị na-achọ ihe anyị ga-eme ka ọ bụ na Nnamdi Kanu pụta mba na-egodu na anya na-egodu na anya na-egodu na anya ihe a na-eme our region, our economy na ọdọrọkwanụ mma ka otu ga-esi mezie this thing. That is what a leader should have done. But this man, believing that he's the governor, he has the final say. He went on to lock the market. That means you've locked the market for 7 extra Mondays. 7 extra Mondays. So, who is actually against his state or the economy of his state? These people take 1 day off, and you took 7 days off. So, according to the topic of the space, what I think Soludo should have done is gather the leadership of the market, people that make decisions in the market, talk to them, dialogue with them, make them understand that there are plans, there are efforts. Like Alex Soti said the other day, there are efforts, even went to the prison to see Nnamdi Kanu. These are just leadership skills, to let the people know that I am with you, I stand with you, because at the end of the day, you are representing the people and not you. If the majority of the people you are leading is telling you that they don't like the fact that Nnamdi Kanu is in prison, you identify with their struggle, you validate their own emotions, even if you don't. But Soludo failed, and he applied force, and the force is turning the state to another thing, something we've moved on from. So it's really, really a very, very sorry case. And I pray that the people listening here that are close to Soludo, I tell him to just reverse whatever he said. It is not weakness. It shows that he listens to his people. If a policy doesn't work, if the force is not working, apply dialogue. Dialogue always wins. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, the General. Thank you. I mean, nobody can argue with your perspective. Dialogue always wins. I like the way you ended on that note. The next speaker would be Smart. After Smart, Sobro Nehemiah. Please, if you want to speak, kindly raise your hand up, please. It makes it a lot easier for us to know who to take down and who to take next. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Adandi Bonkechi. You know, I appreciate this space. This is my first time of coming in here, and I noticed that we have personalities here that can be able to reason and give their submission in different ways. But I'm gonna say something here. I'm not gonna say what Soludo did was right or wrong, because you know, when a tribe or group of people don't know where what is happening to them is coming from, that is a very big problem. Our people don't know what we are passing through or what we are facing, where it's coming from. These things are not from our governors. Our governors are sleaze. They are just there working for some people that want to conquer us, but we don't know that. What Soludo did, Soludo gets a permission from his masters to treat Igbos the way he's treating Anambra people. Likewise, the Imo State one. Likewise, in back. So when we ignore those facts, and that is why we continue to suffer, that the 20 pounds they gave our fathers and our grandfathers after the war, the persecution have never stopped, my brothers and sisters here. Let's face the fact. And until we know the truth, we will continue to suffer this, and our children will continue to suffer this. Most people in this space are people that are living abroad. And that is why you see them speaking good English, they are boasting, talking and talking and talking. But what is the main fact? What can we do to help our Igbo so that we can be free? We are over 50 million. There are some countries that only 10 million, 20 million. Why can't we unite and look for our own country? Do you think if we have our own country, we will not be doing better? Do you people reason and see far where Igbo man supposed to be in technology? Do you know where we're supposed to be? And other things. We just roaming around, rambling. Oh, Nigeria, oh, election. Did Soludo get up to 50% vote? The answer is no. Why did the Fulanis allow him to be there? Because he has to do their work. What about Hope Uzodinma that got first position? Why are you guys not thinking about deep on all those things? And let the Igbos leave all this proud and other too much talking that you think that we know too much when other people are using our brain. Why can't we unite and look for our own nation and find out that that is the easy way? So Soludo that closed the market, it's economic sabotage. Can you tell me from Mbakwe regime till now, all the governors, look at how dirty that market is and the environment. What have Soludo done since he came back? Look at Abia State. Abia State, Onitsha generate more money than Ariaria. And look at what is going on in Abia State. My brothers, my sister, let's fix the real fact. We all are in overseas. When you go to Nigeria and you spend a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks because you have some money to change there, and you live large, you come back, people worship you. When will it end? When will it end? You can be a victim tomorrow. You don't know. Your brother, your uncle may be a victim tomorrow. My own,
Okay, smart.
yes.
Smart.
Yeah.
I was patient listening so that I can, sort of see the direction you're going.
Mhm.
If you're going to go back to the topic. See, I have tried my best with also for us to manage the space and with the help of everyone else who has spoken so that we can stick to the topic, because this is very easy for us to go out of topic and this place will go on fire,
Okay.
because
Okay.
we have people
Yeah. Thank you.
from
I understand.
different perspectives and different ends. So
Yeah. Okay.
discussions about Biafra, about
Okay.
Nnamdi Kanu, about self-determination, I can open spaces for that. And then I know, okay, that is what we are discussing.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be fair to mix up the topics here because it will take us away
Yes, ma'am.
from where
Yes,
we
ma'am.
are here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Thank you so much.
What I was saying, what I was saying is this, that it does not matter if Soludo closed the market. Soludo have gotten instruction. I'm telling you the truth. He didn't do it by himself. So if we are here blaming him or not blaming him, I don't think it's going to change the situation. So that is my own idea. Anything we are passing through, persecution or whatever, through our governors, they have been listening the instruction their masters gave them. So that is all I'm saying. So it does not matter whether we talk about it or whatever till next tomorrow. What they want to do us is what they will do us. So thank you. That is my own suggestion. So I'm not gonna be here and say, oh, what he did is good. It may not be good, but he may force to do it. And he will not say no. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Because our governors cannot prevent those people from whatever thing they want to do to us. Because they put them there. Thank you, my good people. Are you, Mama?
Thank you so much, Smart, for your perspective. I do appreciate you coming in. The next person is Nehemiah Ike. I hope it's the right one here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Okay.
much,
Thanks.
Adai. I appreciate the opportunity to speak. I apologize for the last 5 minutes. Let me start by saying that I believe that if we say a topic like this, we should probably stick to topic as much as possible. So I'm going to try to stick to topic. Number one, Soludo is a professor of economics. You do not carry out activities. Well, in a way, I kind of agree a little bit with what my brother earlier said, that there's no way a professor of economics is going to actually take such an action to sabotage his own economy in the guise of trying to stop economic sabotage. There's no logical sense to it. That's one. Number two, if we are complaining, Ndibo, we are very Republican in nature. We do our things ourselves, right? So the actions of Soludo that is authoritarian goes against even the fabric of the Igbo person. That's number two. It does not make sense for you. I personally have a grudge against the approach of Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpa. Why? Because they tell people to do what they do without thinking. Please, anybody, I'm hoping nobody comes to try to take me up on that. But Soludo trying to do the exact same thing does not differentiate him from Nnamdi Kanu that's currently in prison. There's no difference between saying you must sit at home versus you must close your shop. Both of them is an infringement of freedom of movement. So once again, that is why I would say that it does not make any sense. There's no logical sense in the actions that he has just carried out. I'm going to quickly jump. Oh my God, I have a meeting in a minute. I'm going to quickly jump into how I'll bounce off what Odogo Nwachinemelu said a couple of minutes ago when he mentioned Mba. I remember clearly in 2023, just like he said, Mba took office in June. He began to engage the various traditional leaders, town unions, and what he did was to beef up security on Mondays. It's that simple. If you make sure that there is a secure environment on Mondays, people want to come out. You think that I will see money on Monday and I will not come out? Are you people joking? there will be I have an opportunity to sell more goods on Monday and I will not come out. People are not coming out, not because they don't want to come out. Leave this laziness thing. We are not lazy people. If there is money on Monday, boys, we come out. People will open their shops. But if there is a risk of losing the property that you have in that shop on Mondays, then you can sit at home in the guise that you're obeying and sit at home. We can work Monday to Sunday. Some of us work Monday to Sunday. So this thing about you want to rest, these excuses, for me, it does not hold water. If there is security on Mondays, somebody mentioned earlier, I'm going to just reiterate that, if you organize events on Mondays, if you put things on Monday, and people see that it is possible to do these things on Mondays, the consciousness begin to come out. And when Mba did this thing, it's all over the news. This day carried it, right? He declared in June 2023, he beefed up security. He even told the people in the market, the same different markets in Enugu State, that see, closing your shops on Mondays is not good for your business. And people will listen. He appealed to the public. Funny enough, if people are saying that Soludo is listening to his masters, is this man, is Mba to not also just join the APC? Didn't the same Mba just also stop the sitting at home in Enugu? In Abia State, for example. So there are more examples out there in Igbo land where we have been able to provide adequate security, where people can come out on Mondays by closing the market and infringing on freedom of information, of movement. It does not solve the problem. Now, quickly in 1 minute, how exactly can we do so? Because I think we have all majority of us have agreed that this is actually a wrong move. What exactly can we do? If anybody needs to talk to Soludo and say, see, you have just made a wrong move, this is a terrible idea, you should probably reverse it. I believe that's one. Two, if the market union, whoever they are, can go to court and tell him, oh God, this is a freedom of movement problem and it's infringing the right of the constitution, they can as well go the legal route. It is very, very legal if they want to do that. I leave my mic at this point. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize my mic was on. I hope I didn't give you feedback. Yeah, thank you so much, Nehemiah, for also keeping it brief. I've heard a lot of good submissions here today, and then you begin to wonder, these things are not rocket science. How come Professor Soludo doesn't know these things? You know, like you mentioned, there's somebody earlier who said something about holding events on a Monday. Somebody talked about his incentives. Somebody talked about, going through the market leadership, the market structure. So there's so many good examples that I believe that, could actually work if they are taken into consideration. And then I wonder, okay, how come Soludo and his handlers, how do they not know these things anyway? We move on. IK, you've been here for a while. So after IK, we go to Charlie P. After Charlie P, then Dutch OGB. Also, I hope I'm in order, B.
Okay, so because that minute can go and see about
after Mazin Zako, Charlie P, then Dutch, please. Let's
thank you.
Hi,
we can get more happen. Everybody's aware.
Okay, Piccolo. Sorry, guys. Let's maintain finally, you're here. No, I know you've been here, but you keep going on and off. It's nobody's fault. So please, let IK go for now. Thank you so much.
The topic is very, very explicit. What do you think Soludo should have done differently? Now, I want to go, I'm not a lawyer, but at least everybody have different walks of life here. Let's go by law. Is it right for anybody to just, because you are a government official, a governor, to just decide for whatever reason you can shut down anybody's market? One, the market, I don't know if it's the government that owns that market, on the main market, or it's private owners. I don't know where the power, how you can invest
vector power. Now, if on paper, I'm still aware that Nigeria is a democratic society, whereby you can take citizens to court to express maybe whatever they've done wrong or not. You cannot just wake up one morning and just give orders. Even in military self, where you can give order, and everybody will just carry it out. There are still some avenues for people to challenge some orders. At least most of the Nigerian Navy, I won't talk of the Nigerian Army. In a civil democratic society, why will a governor, for what reason, people showed solidarity on a particular Monday? And I believe you have the will, the right to decide. Maybe even if I'm to go to work on Tuesday, open my market Tuesday, when I can still decide not to open my market that same day. All choice, maybe I'm not feeling fine, all at my own choice, at my own disposal, my own business. Now, an organization that has a body has discussed with its own members of that body, being the main marketers, businessmen and women of that place. They've accepted to shut down Monday for showing solidarity to lawlessness, imprisoning one of their own from another eastern region. There is nothing bad in it. There is nothing bad in it. And I'm also sure that there are also some market members who might not also be in support of it, but majority carries the day, just like we have Numunna, Umada. How we discuss, majority carries the day. So when majorities are in solidarity of this, what do? You allow them to democratically exercise their franchise. It's not a crime.
IK, please, sorry for cutting you short.
Soludo
IK, sorry for cutting you short. I just wanted to ask a question so you can include it in your submission. Do you agree that this sit at home wasn't started by that market leaders? They didn't start it. Do you agree? Do you agree that they did not start the sit at home? So how do you now say that they were doing it because of their own brother who was imprisoned? They didn't initiate it. Thank you.
Now, they didn't initiate it, but something initiated the sit at home. They didn't initiate it. Something prompted the sit at home in various markets in the Southeast. And it's that same thing that prompted that sit at home in various markets in the Southeast. It's what has kept it continue to hold it today. It has not been solved. It is still lying in the heart of every Igbo man. Whether you are in the north, in the south, in the east, in the west, it's still lying in every heart of the Igbo man. So, what if I said to you, a governor who is democratically elected by the people? You have to consult your people, democratically discuss with them. And when you notice that the majority of your people are in solidarity with this person, you have to join them because they put you in power. You have to join them in being solidarity of that same person. You don't condemn them, you don't kill them, you don't harm them. This is how I expect democracy. You come out, you talk to them. If they don't accept, you can only force a horse to the river. You can't force it to drink the river, to drink the water. Now look at what has happened. And I do want this devil's workshop. Okay, they accepted only Monday. They making a house shop for the next 6 days. Now they are idle today. I can see they cannot sell. How put our now? Being their idle now, they enter the street and started magrolling the whole place, talking about Elizabeth Nabdekano, holy, Nnamdi Kanu is the only savior, expressing their grievances. Because now that higher a day and they may sit at home, hand on a yard. They will be at home, peaceful, nobody will come out. They will be at home. Then on Tuesday, normally, peacefully. But today you say they should not come out. So they are idle. They are victimized by their own governor. Now, everyone went high name today. Let us go and express our grievances in the streets. And let me tell you today, Nigeria is a particular concern. There is a special eye going on now. Every eye in the world is looking at whatever little thing we are doing. I doubt that anybody can give any order to shoot at anybody protesting in Nigeria. In the entire state of it, I doubt. With what is happening in the country, with the pressure, with the eye, I doubt you can tie that. Anybody that protesting, I doubt anybody can give that order. I doubt it now. Because it will result on another desperate and decisive action against the country. Something that is, I beg, please, Soludo has failed. If you know you were democratically elected, what you should do is stand with the side of people who elected you and try to convince them, talk with them, dialogue them, brainwash them to see the other way. And when they don't, you stand on their side. That's why you're a governor. That's why you represent them. Not to shut them out, not to use vector power against some people. I don't know how people now, somebody is trying to say is not in support of Nnamdi Kanu or Samanepa. Please, if you know how to do it better than him, do it better. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect.
Okay,
You're not perfect even in your walk of life.
IK. I'm not going to let you do that. This is not about Simon Ekpa. It's not about Nnamdi Kanu. Let's stick to the topic, please. Thank you so much. If you want to use 30 seconds and round off, I will appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I believe that's you done now. Ihamufu, I think you've gone down again. It's your network, but I keep trying to pull you up, and I'll continue doing that. Okay, who was it that told me it was the attorney? Was it Mazi? No, it was Ihamufu. Okay, Mazi Nze, go after you, Charlie P, then Dutch, please.
Ụmụnne m ekene m unu. A sị na nne nkịta rie ife eji tụọ aja, ọ na-akwa, nwa ya na-akwa. Ọkwa na-asọkata eze anya anyị ekpuru nkata gwa ya na ife ọ na-eme na o metara ya. Aghọtara m agbakọkatago m ife ere ụtụtụ. Aghọtara m ife buteli na ihe eje n'afịa main market. Azụ m afịa na main market. Mmalị etu structure main market si wee dị. Na ihe eje n'afịa main market wee were ọnụ iji eri ji na ede. Wee si na ihe ọ bụrụ na emere nke a ịkpọta bulldozer elevelu main market. Onye maalụ Soludo ji egwu ya ọ mara ebe ọ sara arụ ya ji ekoluta were ebe a. Aghọtara m amụrụ m ụdọ ọchịchị a na-achịzi anyị ife a. Eche ma ndị gụrụ akwụkwọ ma ndị gụrụ akwụkwọ gụrụ ebe mmadụ dịka Soludo gụrụ na fa na-enwe akọ na uche. Ihe ekwu okwu ịsawapụ ọnụ kwugherie dobe arụ ndị mmadụ akụgharị ya aka. Ụfọdụ anọlụ n'azụ na-ekwe eziokwu. Onwezi onye nwere akọ na uche. Ife eji mara anyị bụ ndị Igbo bụ akọ na uche. Anyị na-atụgbu were eri. Ife dị ile ọkụkọ ayịrị ya o wee jee n'oji dibịa na-agba egwu karịa obi. Ọ na-atọrọ anyị ụtọ na anyị mechiri afịa main market ma afịa niile dị na Anambra. Ọ na-atọrọ anyị ụtọ. Ọnwụ na-enwego nwanne pụtalụ na Monde egbuo ya ihe a na-akọrọ ife atụ Soludo anya na-akọrọ ife ọ na-akọ ị na-egi ya ntị. Afụgo m ife dị iche iche ndị mmadụ na-ede. Ụfọdụ kwutere ụfọdụ ekwutere ụfọdụ na-ekwu ya n'ụdị etu steeti ya esi nwee ego. Inwe ego dị mma mana mmadụ ya adị na ndụ wee nwee ego. Ọrụ onye dị ndụ wee kwuo okwu a ife akụ na ife enwe. Kedu ka Soludo ya esi kpọrọ ndị amị gbaa onwe okirikiri wee jebe main market? Ọ bụrụ na ọ chọrọ ịgwa anyị na Anambra adịgo mma na enwezi ife dịka ndị ogbu mmadụ na Monde, o jebe so ya drive ya eburu ejebe main market oluwe ebe a ọ nọrọ ebe a tii microphone n'ọnya wee na-agwa anyị na ya bịa sọsọ ya ma igosigodo anyị na ife adịgo mma. Ikwolu ndị amị ikwolu ndị polisi ma ndị DSS ya la onwe gị arụ ịpụta na-agwa anyị pụtaba na Monde. Onye egbuela ojebe. Ndị egbu na-egbu o nwere ife Soludo mere maka ya? O nwere ndị ojelụfụfa mmiri ndị egbula egbu? O nwere onye ọ na-atọ ụtọ na elu Monde ndị mmadụ ya eje akwụkwọ ma ụmụaka ya ejebe afịa anyị anọlụ n'ụlọ. O nwere onye ọ na-atọ ụtọ. Ife nche na ụka emebe n'mgbọsị ụtụtụ bụ ibido pụtaba na Monde a ịpụta igosi anyị ị na-agagharị na-agwa anyị do na sekuriti emegokwa improve na anyị ebido ka anyị zụba afịa Monde. Kpọba ndị isi ndị afịa kpọkọbafe ọnụ. Onye gị na ya na-erikọ n'ofu tebụl ahịa gwara eziokwu. Afụnụrụ m ebe ọ na-enye nwatakịrị nri ọ na-agwa nne na nne iwu nyere na itirie ezigbo milk na itirie ezigbo shuga.
ndị nne nso a na-agwara ya nke bụ eziokwu maka ọ bụ na a na-agụ ya eziokwu anyị agụ ya na o ya ebidogodu a sị na a na-akpa nwaanyị uru bifo etie ya mata ngori ya akpa nwaanyị uru wee tie ya mata ngori onye nọkọta ikolu nwaanyị n'ụzọ ekofusi akụkọ o meghelu asị ka ọ bụ ihe akpa ya olu gbaa trejọ dị na ya goo ya koku jee na mit pai tue ya afa
Okay, Maazị.
Ife ka m mere expect
Maazị ewukwana iwe ana m anaghị okwu n'ọnụ bet o nwere ajụjụ nsị ka njọ gị bikos ị na-ekwu dịka onye ka m si ghọta ọ dịka ị nọ na Anambra steeti and ọ dịka maybe isokwa na ndị na-azụ afịa so ị nwere ike ịconfirm to us ebe a na wee na Soludo enwebe any consultation with ndị afịa before take this action ị nwere idea nke anwa biko
enwere ndị a na-akpọ ndị ori ọkata ndị chacha awu n'ọnụ ọ ndị ya na Soludo na-emekọ ife o nwere ndị isi dị mma ya na Soludo na-emekọ ife ịgbakọ ndị anwa fagba gị ife ị chọrọ ịnụ as gọvanọ ọ nke fagwa gị ka ihe anụ onye ka m ji wee sị na onye ya na ndị gbara okirikiri a na-agwara ya eziokwu ịmakwa ife we onye Igbo na ọ pụtara azụta afịa mbọsụ ụka ndị mmadụ ezute ike o ruo Monde ozuwekwa ike ọ fịara anyị ọ na-enye anyị nsogbu mana mmadụ agha aghọrọ ndụ ya sị na ọ na-akpa akụ so ife m na-akọwa bụ na Soludo chọọ ịgwa anyị na olugo oge anyị eji bido mepere afịa Monde zụrụ afịa na Monde na ife adịgo mma o ya ebu ụzọ bute ụzọ ọ dụrụ nwunye ya ọ na-akpagharị na Anambra osi ọpụọ ihe ala mbọsị Monde ọgwa ndị nọ na-avụ ihe ala ma ihe mbọsị gbafa na ife adịgo mma ọ galụpụta mgbuko obosi ọ galụpụta mkpọ o jee new pass o jee old pass osi etu agagharịcha o mee ya mgbe ọ na-eme ya 1 month n'itibe ndị nọ n'ime afịa kpabafe ulu ịfụ na ndị mmadụ ya ebido gebe ya ntị abụrụ ịpụta anyị na-eme ka ndị mmadụ mara ọ bụrụ na ụlọ emepere na Monde a anyị level this market onye ka Soludo wụ onye dịka ochie ọ bụ Soludo nke nyaa Soludo ebe ka ọ mara na Anambra steeti before ọ bụrụ gọvanọ Soludo ọ biri na Anambra steeti ọ ife na-enye nsogbu ịnọkọta ije kukọta ofu onye unu ewere ọchịchị nye onye na-amara ana mgbe ọbụla ndị Anambra na-apụ ya n'ọnụ ndị Anambra na-apụ ya o nwere ezigbo okwu ị nwere ikwu ọ bụrụ ezigbo ụzọ ka ịlụla anyị ịlụọ ụzọ tata ichi mmiri eburu ya ọ bụrụ ezigbo flyover ka ịlụrụ ịlụọ 1 lane flyover ekenekwa m unu.
Oh, Nna, ndewo so much. Thank you for your contribution. And the next person, Bo Charlie P. After Charlie P, or Bo Dodge. And then Nze Bikonge Wetugi. Sorry. Anybody that wants to speak, please could kindly raise your hand up. It helps me a lot, please, to know who to call next and who to take down. So I don't end up taking you down if you haven't spoken. Thank you so much. Charlie P, you have the mic, please.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Nkechi. I think everybody has said everything. You know, but Nkechi, like you said, about the approach many people make in terms of the incentive. That was what I even wanted to say before that I'm going, trying to bring people out to sell on Mondays. Seems to a lot are changing it, but you can always go step ahead as a leader. And that is what Soludo has failed doing. And Nkechi is not far-fetched. These are idiots, and I'm sorry to use those terrible languages. These are people who knew that they didn't get in there by the support of the people. These are people that Nigerians has ascribed godlike personalities to. have made untouchable in the society, how do you expect them to be reasonable? How do you expect them to be reasonable? And when people come out here to say he's a professor of economics, for some of us who have been opportuned, I mean, I never go to business, to business schools, Lagos Business School, Enugu Business School. A lot of those your professors will tell you, forget what you're being taught here. Go to the streets. That's where you play the real economics. And that's why most of them currently today are using real life examples, not paper life, because sometimes it can go off it. So people who sit down and call somebody economist because he read some certain books, have questions to write, probably wrote thesis from I don't know where, and you're applying him to real life situation and people management. Then you
No, I have to cut you short there, Charlie P. If he's a professor, I mean, he would have become a doctor before a professor. So he actually did some real life research. You can't say
that's
that
what I'm saying.
he's acting based on theory.
We're all saying the same thing. Real life research and what here? Things are evolving. It's like calling a doctor or calling somebody who played around technology in the 80s to come in 2025 to start playing technology with you. Nkechi, you will go into the ditch. You need to upgrade yourselves. And if they upgraded themselves, the answer is no. Things are evolving. In every sphere of life, it involves. Sana Boko professor in 1940. It already did that sense. Mba. Look at the thing you make it for the record. I don't care about IPOP. I don't care about what has happened and everything. Your job is to manage people. It's to make people feel safe. Oh, what are the reasons people are not going to the market? It's not even about the market. Onitsha, you can go there and open your shop. But the problem is customers see higher not you know. If they rob them on the road, kill them on the road, go and agarafia. So a lot of things were happening. At least those I witnessed in 2022, 2023. And as a leader, what do you do when you come in? And like people said here, you keep dialoguing. Market. So government, people bought shops. Yeah, they could work under some regulations from the government, but he doesn't own it. They don't own it. So people can entirely decide to close that shop down for 1 year. You know, concern you. The only thing you do there is this in revenue and blah, 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 because Nigeria no get settings. But most importantly, people have brought in good ideas here, and that's what he would have done. Sit down with them. Nkechi from Oka to Onitsha, 30 minutes drive. If you want to encourage people, what stops him from every Monday? You lead by example. You don't buy a from shop to shop. Then you have confidence. The only thing that keeps man alive is hope. Hope everywhere around the world. You need to give them hope. You need to sell it. Hana bamba namde kanu blah 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 blah. You acknowledge. You acknowledge their concern. You validate it. And it might go against your distance, but it's unfortunate. That's where you are as a leader. If it was Charlie P at this thing, I don't care about Nnamdi Kanu and everything. I know disrespect for people who like him. But as a leader, you need to acknowledge those concerns. Bring them together. Dialogue with them. If possible, you tell them, okay, careful no choro. And as a leader, sometimes you need to be firm with the truth. I cannot bring Nnamdi Kanu out of this. It's Anna Bamba. I cannot, but we will keep pushing. This is what the federal government said he's done. People are, I know sometimes, some people are they might be this, but now human beings, I'm working and knock at a maple with, you see what an hour 1 + 1 are 2. At a point, you agree with you that it's 2, and that's your job as government. Because the thing that has killed leaders in this country, outside being stupid, is communication. They don't know how to communicate because they don't care about the people. They see people as less in this country. Developed countries every day, even Trump with his badness every day. Even whether he's bullying or saying, Cardi chambers in England every day, they sit down, they cast themselves, but they talk, communicating to the people. But what we have here, people who come out and threaten people anyhow, is because they know with or without you, nothing will happen.
They will kill people and will call it and listen. And because Nigerians are very stupid people and they don't care. And when they people will be shouting, kill people, let people die. You must be. Sometimes it doesn't work like that. As a leader, you need to see how to bring people together. You keep dialoguing, you keep asking, you keep saying, oh, we need to come here, we need to do this. And somebody talking, you said it's an incentive. If it's opening fun fair and inviting people from other markets to come and make sure they go back safely. People have lost businesses, people have lost money opening on Mondays. You cannot tell a man his experience, you cannot bob a man's head where his head is off. Yeah, we need to see when the head is off. So people have experienced people die because they open on Monday. So there's trauma. There are worries, there are concerns. And you're just bloody 30 minutes away from them. How do you communicate to them? How do you put that awareness? Communicate to people. People just want to have that hope. Please, what I'm just trying to say is, all this, it comes out every time to make a blunder. I feel ashamed calling him a professor and everything. I know passing 6 is not passing sense. I know that very well. But if you want to wear the coat of leadership, you need to sit down and know that you're here to serve the people, not to bully the people into what you want to do. Thank you, Nkechi.
Thank you so much, Charlie P. Yeah, Ihamuf, I hope you haven't dropped again. Oh my God. Okay, I'll try to pull you up again. Okay, you said something that made me reflect somehow, because this thing has to be coordinated. You said, okay, what if somebody from wherever comes to the market and is going home and meet something unfortunate on the way? Who is going to protect them? And that is true, because it got me thinking, like, okay, it's not just about the main market opening in Onitsha. What of the people that come to the market? Will they be able to travel from their own location to be able to get to the market safely and go home safely? That's another factor, another thing that has to be factored in, because I know it's an international market, and already a lot of people know, okay, Southeast and Mondays, a lot of people may not want to travel to the Southeast on a Monday to go to the market. Well, that's just something for us to have in mind. Dutch, it was going to be you, but I wanted to give Hamufu a leverage, but he's gone down again. So Dutch, please, you have the mic, and whenever he comes back, you can feel, okay, I think he's gone again.
Listener, so you can bring people up. Thank you.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Dutch, you have the mic, please. Amanuma Dutch on Dutch OGB. Can you hear me? Bikon, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Dutch, maybe it's not available. Sochi, you have the mic, please.
Sorry, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Oh, sorry.
Please, anybody that wants to speak, kindly raise your hand up. It makes it a lot easier for me. Bikon, thank you.
Shall I see your stage?
Yeah, Dutch, you're the next. We've been waiting for you to speak. You have the mic.
Sorry. I connected my stuff to my speaker. I didn't even know I was speaking to myself. Yeah, Adibo, thank you so much. I don't know if this is the first room you open on the X Space, but it's a pleasure.
It's not my first room. During 2023, I was holding spaces like all the time.
Yeah, I don't know you then.
Well, this is my first room you're coming in. So hey, welcome.
That's good. I'm very interested in the room. You sent me a link so much. I've heard so many people, and I love what so many people said here. But I want to pick 2-3 persons to acknowledge really what they said. I think Nehemiah and Chief Odogu Power and Charlie P, who spoke before me. Yeah? I love whenever I give my own discourse, what do you think Soludo should have done differently? And like I always tell people, anything that is happening is never new, right? There've been research work on all these things happening. So let me go by a research work, which is saying that in the transport sector, since this agitation bidoro, we have lost 13 billion. I don't know. I think somebody's mic is hot. Okay. We've lost 13 billion for the past 4 years or 5 years, we've been doing agitation. Every week that we agitate, we close our shops. We are losing 13 billion weekly. Who are the biggest transporters in Nigeria? They are Igbo people. Where are those Igbo people from? They are from Anambra State. SME. SME is the backbone of any economy. The Southeast has lost 4.6 trillion over the years we've been agitating. We've been closing down our economy. 20% of our work days, we've lost it to agitating. There is increased violence and weakening of state infrastructure. For people who are saying that your governors are not responsible to you, something is eroding their powers to act. It's also telling us that over 776 deaths, these are Igbo people, over 776 deaths, these people will never come back, have died for this agitation. They sit at home. And over 332 violent attack. Then Onitsha alone, for every Monday Onitsha does sit at home, Onitsha is losing 25 billion. Onitsha is the Dubai before Dubai. I want us to understand the economic plan of the Southeast. Economic plan of the Southeast will Aba or Onitsha and Port Harcourt. We are sabotaging ourselves. When you look at this report, we are doing ourselves. Like there is no gain in it. There is no gain. So I think we should change strategy. It's high time we change strategy. And like Chief said, and Nkechi, you also said it, last year's Christmas was like one of the best Christmas I were in the last 5 years because of a semblance of peace. The agitation is dying down. What Soludo did, was it necessary? Yes, but the manner and way he went about it, I think is wrong. Because from this same report, where I'm reading for is SBM Intelligence, and you can also see it in Daily Trust, May 2025. There is something this report concluded by saying that the governor in Ebonyi and Enugu states imposed penalty for compliance with sit at home. So it will show you that in order for these states now to kill this sit at home, this criminality called sit at home, the state had to come in, and they came in forcefully, but it was dialogued. There were consequences for it. Has Soludo dialogue with these people? Most of us may say no, some will say yes. But the truth is that Southeast leader, that's why I said, I love what Charlie P said. They played politics with this agitation. They are not honest to these our people. To make them understand that this thing you people are shouting, it has, look, there is something we have to do. We are not going to get it by this way. They have to come out honestly and speak to these guys. This way is another savior. We are not getting it that way. We have to play this politics. When you look at Onitsha, Onitsha does not participate in the election. So tell me why Soludo will even rate them. Onitsha does sit at home, okay, election. Election has consequence. If Nigerians don't understand what is happening with electoral consequence, look at APC. Look at Bola Tinubu's government. Any government that people don't participate, when they enter, they make mess of you because you have showed them that they need to go. That is what Onitsha people told Soludo. Soludo doesn't need Onitsha. So Soludo can wake up and impose 1 month blockade on that state, sorry, on that town. You made yourself politically relevant. You don't vote. You don't vote. It has cost you so much. Throw away this emotion. If you need Biafra, play politics. If you want your leader out of prison, play politics. You are not going to get this thing by Tibo Zobo.
Okay, Dutch. You know, I love to listen to you. I love to hear you speak.
Thank you.
And I have so much respect for you. But it won't be fair if I don't help you retrace if I've done that to every other person.
I have to say that because I said I'm reading a research work. There is no emotion in this. Facts will remain facts. Somebody, you may come out and say, this is this. Yes, they have acknowledged levels of injustice. It's acknowledged. But they are saying, this route, this is why I gave those reports. There is no road there. Reroute. You guys don't even vote for Soludo. You don't bring out numbers, but you have the numbers, and you think Soludo will not afford to blockade the state economically? It will happen. You have made yourself politically relevant in Anambra State. What will Soludo do? Soludo needs to stop playing politics with this agitation, with this sit at home. He must put his foot on the ground, like the governors in Ebonyi, na Anambra Mere. Read the riot acts, give the marching orders, negotiate with the Nigerian states, any the security. Market leaders were attacked in the past, so there are consequences for it. There's genuine fear in people opening their shop, but right now, the agitation does not hold. It is just fallback of bad leadership. Soludo needs to guarantee security or guarantee security. Then he gives the riot act to these market leaders. If you don't open, you leave. Like there is no whataboutism again. But Soludo needs to show leadership by guaranteeing security. On those days, there is sit at home, flood out security. Let us see who is who that want to challenge the Nigerian states. If you say you know they hear, come out on that day. Then let us see why people are not opening shops. We have sabotaged ourselves enough. Soludo was very right. That is not economic sabotage. That is what it is. It is not Nigerians sabotaging us. It is Igbo sabotaging Igbo in the name of emotion. But Soludo must show leadership. Okay, but that thing Alex Otimer, na Abia State. Give a listening ear, but do not condone criminality in the name of agitation. Show leadership, and the people will follow. In the Igbo are moving people. If you show leadership, will follow you. So Soludo should show leadership, give security, and markets that fail to comply to the marching orders, take out their executives, reinstate new ones. And Igbo must survive. We will refuse to be held hostage by emotion or agitation. The time for agitation is gone. We are participating. Thank you, my dear.
Yeah, thank you so much. But I want to ask you a question. Like, okay, I know you said the approach he's taking is not good, but somehow you still say that you supported what he did. How do you fight economic sabotage with another economic sabotage? These people close the markets for 1 day in a week, which would be 1 day in a week would be 4 times in a month. But Soludo has closed it for 7 times in a month. I mean, for now, it might even be more. So is that not more economic sabotage than what the traders are purportedly doing? Dutch.
That is what I said. Soludo was right by calling it economic sabotage. 25 billion, that is what Onitsha is losing alone. That is economic sabotage. We have not factored in transport and banking sector. And
no, but Soludo is causing more of the economic sabotage.
That is what I'm saying. He's right. He has stated a fact. But the way and manner he went to solve that problem, I want him to be intentional. He has decided now to be intentional. But him not doing it without dialogue is what I'm calling out. Because there's already extremism. But I want him to come out in the open. Let us see the security. Nothing stops Soludo from flooding these markets with securities on Monday. Let the people see Soludo acting. Then let us see why the market people will tell us that they are not coming out to the market. Because the excuse had there is no security, there is no guarantee. When you read this report, you will see what happened in the past. So the market people have a reason. But the same report now why that this thing has been hijacked. So Soludo as a leader, that was why I said I love that in Charlie Pico. As a leader, as a father, you act first. Let us see your own. When you do your own, when we see that security, then let us see why the market people will tell us that they are not opening. That is what I'm saying. So if Soludo handles it this way, he's going to handle it. It's going to make a bad situation. It's a bad situation already. There's already sabotage, but it will make it worse. Let him act. He controls instrument of power. Give the people security. Provide securities on those days. The junctions, the market, let us see securities there. Then let us see why these market unions, their leaders, their escorts and executives are not opening their shops. Let us see what is happening. People are sabotaging the Eastern economy. That is the paramount thing. But Soludo will use tact and diplomacy, and at the same time use the carrot and stick approach. He will flog them and at the same time provide what he has to provide, but not to make the situation worse. That is what
Okay.
we are saying.
Yeah, I get your point. Thank you so much. Ihamufu, I hope you are available now. You have the mic. Ihamufu.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, you have the mic, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I've been here since morning, and fortunately, a lot of people have said what I want to talk about, but I will just use a few minutes to talk about the remaining thing I just want to mention here. The truth is that Soludo actually had a very poor thought in terms of trying to end this sit at home. Because if actually he really sat down with his cabinet or with his advisors to think through all of the things that would have happened today and after today, I don't think he would just come and make announcements that people should not open market after 1 week till after 1 week because they've been sitting at home. We all know that the sit at home is a very bad decision that has existed for more than 4 years or about 4 years now. But then you now came up to add to it. One thing I want to say is this, ma. You see, Soludo, like every other Eastern politicians, I don't know. Let me not make it like an accusation, but this is my thoughts. These guys derives joy in seeing our people being killed. Otherwise, you won't just come up and take a decision that you know that the people will come and counter it. We all knew that you coming up to say, don't come out till after 1 week. They will revolt. They will come out to protest. And on the process of coming out to protest, the bush hunters that you now launch into the market will definitely carry out their own attack on them. How long do we continue, or how long do they continue to take decisions that will make our people lose their life? That will make our people lose something very, very important to them. If Soludo, like every other person, had already said, had consulted the right people, there are chairmen, there are people that supported him who are chairmen in the market. There are people that supported him that actually have shops in the market. If one way or the other, he reached out to those people and said, this group, follow me, we'll open our shop today and I will stand by and see what will happen. If he had done that with the security like every other person said, I don't think there will be protests. Because by the time they see that, okay, we have the governor there, we have the security people there manning the environment, and some people open their shops, they do it maybe 4 times in a month. That will not cost him anything. There won't be any protests. There won't be anything that will cause chaos. Look at the kind of video we saw this morning. Look at the kind of attack some people received. Now, you will blame it to them because you say, don't come out, you gave your order. But the truth is that government don't just dish order and people will just obey like that. Because there are people that deliberately, they don't want to take your instruction, even when it favors them. And because you want to protect the people, you must make sure that before you carry out any policy or carry out any decision, you must consider their life first. What if this thing happened today and it escalated to people damaging, vandalizing, and the police and the army started shooting? At the end of the day, we'll have like maybe 10, 20, 30 casualties, dead body all over here and there. What will Soludo do? It will come and tell us because they were stubborn. At the end of the day, they will put out press release asking we condole with you and all of that and everything. See, what I say is that our leaders, most especially from the region, they like seeing the life of our people being wasted. But how long? Many people have been killed for many years, for decades. It is time that the politicians should look inward and think about their decision before they carry out their decision because of the life that been lost. As a result of their own poor management, their own incompetency, as a result of their own lack of concern towards the masses. Because if they care for the masses, there are a lot of things that have happened. Me, I know Soludo has been a very bad governor. He has been a bad governor as far as I'm concerned, because he has not actually done what he's supposed to do. Yes, I'll round up. He has not done what he's supposed to do in terms of the promises he made. Is Onitsha today the Dubai he promised us? No, because of his poor policy. because of his poor economic policy and decisions that he took. I think people close to him should tell him, go look at the people, look at Onitsha people. They should start wasting the life of people in Onitsha. Onitsha is the hub, our own market hub in the eastern region. They should be protected, and any decision that concerns that market should be well thought out before it is carried out. Please, the way Soludo went about this thing is very wrong, and it shows clearly that he doesn't care who dies or who lives. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was nice to finally hear your voice after so much back and forth. And you made something that made me think. During you asked if Onitsha is now the Dubai that Soludo promised us. It made me remember that during his campaign, he had also, made some promises using that sit at home, Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra. But I mean, I guess we are. I honestly don't want us to go on that direction on this space. But I just wanted to put that out there. Can we have Sochi, please? Then after Sochi, it will be Kenny. Thank you.
Oh, hi, good evening. Nkechi first. I'm not audible, sorry. I've been here for a while. Okay. Yeah. Nice conversation. I've been listening for a while, and I heard there was this particular guy that said something that was a bit triggering. He said that because Onitsha people didn't vote for Soludo. I think someone's mic is echoing.
I've muted him.
Okay,
Please
yeah.
go ahead.
So he said that I think that was like two speakers before, or one speaker before the last guy. He said that Onitsha people didn't vote for Soludo, so that's why he's giving them that energy. Like the way he came and started threatening them, they deserve that, which is quite wrong because you don't make such statements. Because we are seeing how I personally didn't vote for Tinubu, right? Doesn't mean that Tinubu should now come and be oppressing me because he's not the president. Like, you can't be crying that you don't like APC governments because you didn't vote for them, and then you're kind of like defending what's happening in Onitsha right now, saying that, oh, because they didn't vote for Soludo, they deserve that. That's wrong. What I saw on that, like when I watched the video, I don't even know how to use the word actually. I was so angry because I've lived in Onitsha. I have actually, and I know how they are. When you want to talk of hardcore Biafrans, if you want to go to Southeast and look for where you see hardcore Biafrans, you can go to areas like Aba, areas like Onitsha, and that's where you actually see people who carry that Biafra ideology for head, if I want to use that word. And you can remember there was a video that went viral. I think Amnesty posted it when it happened in Onitsha, where there were like protesters who were actually shot in Onitsha. That should be like May 2016. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I'm correct actually, but it happened, right? They were gunned down. These were Biafran youth protesters who were just coming out to vent like what happened in NSAS, and they were shot at, and they swept it under the rug. So we have victims of oppression, victims of the army, victims of how will I put it, these atrocities by the military in that region, in that area. We have them. Like, we have people who have relatives, who have brothers who have lost their lives because of this struggle. We have people who.
Okay, Sochi,
Yeah.
sorry to cut you short. I don't know how long you've been here. There are certain topics we have managed to avoid because I don't want this space to derail.
No, I'm not
for me.
sticking to the topic.
No, you're not. You're not sticking to the topic. The topic is, what do you think Soludo should have done differently? That is the question. How he and then that is so we are focusing on him shutting down the market for 1 week and threatening to shut it down more. I'm not honestly, this space is not about motivation for people agitating or about agitators. We'll probably
not, actually,
so if you could,
my point, right?
I am. I listened to you for over a minute to understand where you're going.
I'm heading somewhere.
Okay, and then regarding what the last speaker, one of the former speakers said, Dutch, he didn't say that Onitsha people didn't vote for Soludo. He said that Onitsha people do not participate in election and that non-participation has consequences. So just for me to put that straight, because he's not here to speak for himself. Thank you so much.
All right. So I'm trying to say that they're actually victims of, this brutality over there. And it's like you're coming to them, instead of you to come to them with soft tone. We've seen the same government approach these bandits. They talk about peaceful treats, like they have meetings with them and they dialogue. And that's one of the reasons why I respect Peter Obi. Because if you listen to when he's talking about the agitators, right, he's always using the word dialogue, right? You don't just, this is a very sensitive matter. You don't just come and start making threats. Because when this thing happened, when the sit at home started, this same government, they were quiet. They allowed it go on. They allowed it linger for so long. And now that they've actually captured their leaders, you're not coming out to now do woto, your own woto. Why weren't you doing the woto when these guys were out? Why weren't you doing that, sending the threats, coming with your military vans when the unknown governments were out there doing their thing? Why didn't you come out to face these guys? You kept quiet. The people now have this fear in them that now you're not coming out to now make threat like you're not the owner of you want to take power. So I don't think this man is doing this for the benefits of Southeast. I think he's just trying to make them, try to look like he has control over that region. He's trying to take back that power, right? And I think it's something that was they were told to do that. It's not something that is from their. I think it's from probably like the presidency or something. Like someone must have told them to, go and take back your region. You guys are like weak in your region. Just go there and do something. Take back that power. Because I don't see any reason why he's
what
trying
are
to
they
make all
taking?
these moves now.
This is like the quietest the Southeast has been for so long. So why would somebody tell them go and take back your region when there is nothing happening?
The question is the way he's going about it now, saying, "Oh, I'm going to close. I'm going to, I'm going to bring bulldozer or whatever. I'm going to bring down your markets and everything." When this sit at home started, why wasn't he making that same movement? Why didn't he come out with that same action? Why were they so quiet when this whole thing started? Why is it now that there's no more Nnamdi Kanu in the picture? There's no more. That's when they're not coming out to talk. That's what I'm trying to say. It has gone for this thing now. In Onitsha, some of them see it as part of their lifestyle. It has gone. Do you know how many years they've been sitting at home, and you just want to stop it in one day? It's not possible now. Let's be realistic. It's not possible. So the way he went about it, as much as fine, I believe that the sit at home should actually end. The only thing I feel like they shouldn't touch is the idea of people sitting at home to remember the Biafra Remembrance Day. That one should be left alone. But the sit at home should actually stop. But the way he went about it, making threats, that's oppression if you ask me. He was kind of being oppressive. And it's not really going to create any solution. That was not a smart move. So I feel he should actually go and meet people like Peter Obi for counseling, or meet people like Alex Oti to give him, because that region, to me, if you ask me, there is nothing, Onitsha is nothing to write home about. I've stayed in Onitsha. Onitsha is nothing to write home about. The only person who actually fixed Onitsha was Obiano. He was the one who fixed that road where there were lots of touts, Piweka, those sides. Onitsha is a mess. So what is one day compared to other weeks? You have other weeks, you've not done anything in that region. Anambra has bad roads, there's no job, nothing. So what's Soludo's excuse? It's not by sharing gala and malt on election day. You're not doing anything as a governor. You have Alex Oti also has sit at home in his region, but he's performing. But this one is just dead, doing the wrong, chasing misplaced priorities, doing nonsense, and he's not taking care of his own state. That's why they don't respect you. So it's actually government failure. That's why they don't respect him. And he needs to actually, take counseling from governors who are working. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sochi. It's nice to hear your perspective. Kenny, please, you have the mic.
Yeah, thank
If there's
you.
something that she said that is not correct, can we correct that?
No. Ihamufu, please, just put your hand up and I can call you. I will call you. Let's not cut people short, please.
Yeah, thank you. I greet everyone, speaker and listener section. Adam Mado, Ekenekwam. I have go me for many times. Adam continue na-ekwu. Onye ọchịchị achọghị ịchị ọchịchị, of course, all confusion. Of course, all confusion. Anyị a na-asụ ogologo oyibo. Na anyị na-asụ ogologo oyibo bụ na ndị ọchịchị achọrọ ịchị ọchịchị. But let's even pretend na fa chọọ ịchị, but na fa mara how to do it, or na fa mara ife a ga-eme. So that makes me even have conversation about governance. Me pretending that they don't know what to do. Even though within me, inside of me, I'm a Manando Chichi Nigeria, my governors in the Southeast, including Soludo, Famalo, the right thing to do. They chose not to do it. So that Kaina